Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends at Joann.com. This is the Bernat Baby Bundle Stitch Along, and today is week number 2 as we continue to make this beautiful baby blanket. Today we're going to take our rounds number 1 through 5 that we already have completed, and now we're going to go from rounds number 8 all the way to 32, and we're going to get the majority of this Afghan done within today's video. So without further ado, let's flip to the next page and let's get started on this. Remember, the more information in this video has the link in order to access this pattern if you'd like to download or save it. So the next set of instructions is step number 2. It's on page 3 of 5. There's 5 pages altogether in this particular pattern. Again, you can download that in the more information link of our video. So what we're going to do is we're going to do rounds number 6 all the way to 32, but do not fasten off. We just want to be able to finish right there, and then we're going to continue in the next week in order to get it done. So we want to finish off on round number 32. So let's take a look at the diagram. Do not let this scare you. This is all consistency in the way that it's growing, and it's a matter of getting it started. So what I have to do at this point is that we have to establish this beginning right in round number 6, which is our next round, and then once we get that established, round number 7 is going to be the key point in order for you to get it to grow. You will notice that all of these are in the same position each and every time, and because of that they're really easily to find. And again, you see the chaining is 6, that it's going to continue up we were doing in the last few rounds in the last last video, and you can see it's very easy and it's like a mirror effect. So what happens on one section will happen on another. So let's, without further ado, let's move on to round number 6. So in round number 6 we're going to continue up and we're going to chain up 1 where we are, and the first 3 stitches are going to be all 1 single crochet, and then we're going to put in a chain 2, and then right where this third one is in, we're going to put another single crochet in, and then the next 2 are going to be a single crochet, and we're going to chain 6 and do the exact same as we move all the way around. So remember, so we're just look at it as like you got 3 single crochets on either side of the center point, and the middle are stuck together. And you can see in the next rounds, round number 7, whenever there is these chain 2 spaces, there's always 1 single crochet in there, and that's what helps it to get that nice angle that we see within this blanket. So let's move along to round number 6. So carrying up in the project, I left my stitch marker right where I have it, so I remember that this is the last section as it comes all the way around. So we're then going to chain up 1, and we're going to single crochet into the first 3. So just go 1 into the first one, next one 2, and the next one is 3. So on this third one, all I want you to do is chain 2 and then come into that exact same stitch again in single crochet, and then single crochet the next 2 in a row that are completely left on that side before you hit that chain 6. Okay, so you see how that worked out. So you have a chain 2 right there. So let's chain our 6 and continue to move around. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and jump over. So the first 3 will all have a single crochet in them. So 1 2 and 3, and then chain 2, and then go into the exact same one as the last one that you just put in there. Okay, and then the last 2 are 1 single crochet each, and then you jump over again. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, jump over. So the first 3 each have 1 single crochet. So 1 2 and 3, followed by chain 2, and then into that same stitch again, single crochet into that one plus the last 2 that are existing on this side, and then chain 6 again, and continue to do that on each side. So please do that all the way around. So now coming up to the other side of the project, I'm just coming around. You can see that the yarn changed over to Pipsqueak on me. It's great. I like this stuff. And then I chain 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and then you come in and you join it. So this right where the stitch marker was easy for me to tell that that's where I had started before. So I just joined it to the first single crochet to finish off like that. So that was round number 6. So let me show you round number 7, which is the consistent round then all the way to number 32, and you're gonna want to keep an eye out for that as well. So let's go back to the chart. So let's begin round number 7. You're gonna chain up 1, and you're going to notice that there's gonna be 1 single crochet in each until you get to the chain 2. So in each of the chain 2, in order to keep this consistent, and you will see that it will actually create a point up at the top by you doing it long enough. You won't see it right away, But what happens is that you're going to go into that chain two again, and then back into that chain two, and then continue to grab these single crochets and match them, and then join it with a jump over with the chain 6 and continue that all the way around. So let's try round number 7. So let's begin round number 7. We're gonna chain up 1 first, and then right where we've done the join there's gonna be 1 single crochet. So we're just gonna move along, and whatever single crocheted is already there, we're just gonna match it. So you don't have to really think about for counting or anything. So you have 3 in a row. Okay, that was there. Okay, and so what's happened is that you have your chain 2. So you're going to put in a single crochet first, chain 2, and then single crochet back into that same chain 2 space. Okay, so then these chain 2s build up on each other. So then you're gonna work down the single crochets that are already there. So there's only 3 of them in this particular case. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you keep moving around. So chain and join it with our chain up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then jump over and then start the next one. So this case the first 3, okay, and I'm just looking for the single crochets anyway. I don't really have to count. So the first 3 are gonna be single crochet, and now you got the chain 2. So it's gonna be single crochet in there, followed by another chain 2 and single crochet there, just like you see there. And now work your way down the other side. So there's 1, 2, and 3 that's left for you. And keep on doing that all the way around for number 7. So I'll show it to you one more time. So chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and jump over, go to the first one and the next one, and you keep filling them in until you run them out. And now the next one is the chain 2 right here. So it's gonna be single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same one, and then move down the other side. Just 1 single crochet into each, and keep doing that all the way around. So chain up 6 and keep moving. So I'll see you here at the end of this round. So when you're coming all the way around, you still have to do your chain 6, and you're just going to join it to where you had. So the stitch marker is indicating to me I've gone all the way around. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You just join it to the first single crochet that you had started with, and then that's it. So you're going to continue then the same pattern that you just started. You can see now the points are here. You can see that their chain 2s are happening now. You can still see you have the chain 6s going on, and let's go back to the pattern because it's all now consistent all the way to number 32. Now all rounds now to 32 are going to be the same. The only difference is that these chain 2 spaces create an extra stitch for you to use each and every time so that it grows out equally, as you can see. So you start off just the same way. So number 8, so you're just gonna single crochets and then into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and then into the chain 2 space again, and continue all the way around. So let's repeat row number 8 or round number 8, and then I'm gonna leave for you to get all the way to number 32, and then meet me next week here on the Stitch Along. So starting row number 8, we chain up 1 and use your fingertips for this yarn here. It's not a big deal, and you're going to just kind of match each one of the stitches as you go. So if you use your fingertips and with this big extra yarn, it's really quite easy to operate. And then all of a sudden you have to go into the chain 2 space. So it's the same as you know. So single, chain 2, and single, and work your way down then the other side. So starting here. So in this case it's round number 8. There's a total of 4 stitches if you want to keep count. If it makes it easier, especially using this yarn, that's completely up to you. So chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then coming back onto the other side here. So just you can feel your fingertips and see the points of my fingers coming through. I can feel that's the stitch. So if you're not sure, just use your fingertips and feel where these stitches are, okay, as you go in. So some people have a hard time using this yarn, but this is how people are able to look away when they do their crochet. You'll see people like me that can look away and talk. That's how they do it. Use your fingertips, and so it's a great idea to learn how to do that. So in the chain 2 space it's single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet, and then working your way down the other side. So because this is the pipsqueak as well, sometimes you can get it into the wrong area as well, and it's really not a big deal because it is pipsqueak. You really can't see the stitch work because it's nice and fluffy, and then you keep moving around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what I want you to do now is that I want you to complete our rounds all the way to 32 for me, and then we're gonna meet back up next week when it'll be the final week of doing this blanket. The majority of today's work will be the majority of the Afghan, because there's not much to do after that, but the fun stuff starts as soon as you come back then on week number 3. So here I am at the end of round number 32, and it took me about 4 hours to get from this section all the way up here, so it was just a matter of having a nice evening. So in real time I actually filmed yesterday afternoon, and I worked on it in the evening yesterday, and now I'm ready again this morning. So it's really a very quick baby blanket to work on in this, and we're gonna create a nice border, and we're also gonna be dealing with all of these step laddering things that you've been making all along. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Joanne as well as thecrochetcrowd.com. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.